Hi, yoga friends. Thanks so much for joining today. I'm here on the mat to guide us through a sequence that will be a mandala flow. So, a circular pattern today. And we're going to focus on getting into the hips and both sides of the body. Let's begin today sitting onto our shins. And if you have a yoga block, it might be handy at the top of the mat, but not necessary. So give yourself a moment to arrive, sitting back onto the heels with a nice tall spine, and just let the eyes shut for a moment. Let's take about 3 to 4 deep breaths here together. Inviting that breath to go a little deeper and to be a little longer every time. Blink your eyes open again. Keep these deep, calm breaths with you as we begin to move. Let's bring your right fingertips just down by your side, grazing them on the ground. Left arm stretches up by the ear, and let's find a big side stretch over to that right side. We'll hang out here for a couple more breaths, and you might even press the hips a little bit off to the left. Let's travel back up through center. Left fingertips now get heavy as the right arm reaches up, and find a big side stretch over to the left as the hips push right. Lift the spine back tall and walk your hands forwards to tabletop. So I'll continue to face you just so we can see each other, but feel free to be on the lengthways of your mat there. So really press those palms firmly into the ground. We're going to take your right leg, reach it back behind you, either floating it in line with the rest of the torso, or you might keep the top of the toenail on the ground. Take a deep breath in, pressing the mat away. And as you breathe out, swing the leg out to the right side. Inhale, kick it back behind. And exhale, swing it back out to the right. Inhale, last time, reach it back behind. And exhale, bring it out to the right. We'll bring the foot to the ground with the toes facing forwards. Let's invite a little cat and cow into the spine. Inhale as the belly drops, shine the heart to the front as the tailbone tips up. And exhale, round the spine, pressing the mat away. Inhale, back to cow pose. And exhale, round into cat. Let's do that one more time. Meeting with a neutral spine, lean into the left palm, and we'll stretch the right arm to the sky, opening up the chest. Look up at your fingertips for a big breath in. And as you breathe out, take your right hand, scoop it underneath your rib cage, and look to your bottom hand. Inhale, open up the chest, look to the sky. Exhale, scoop that hand under, look to the bottom hand. Last one, inhale, reach on up. And exhale, scoop the hand down. We'll reach the right arm back to the sky. Inhale. Start pressing up to the finger pads on your left hand. And now your right hand's going to pull you all the way up to stand onto your shin over your hips. Keep stretching the right arm back behind you and left arm forwards. Really find this expansive feeling through both arms. Keep that feeling in the arms as you take the twist out of the spine and just face forwards. Now the arms are reaching right and left. Take your right hand down to the extended leg. Left arm stretches by the ear for a big side stretch over in gate pose. Let's lift back tall. Have the right arm join the party. Clasp the thumbs. And very gently, we're going to lean off to the left in a sustainable angle that you can hold in the body. Now inhale, we'll lift back through center. And exhale, sway back over to the left. Anchor down through that right foot on the ground. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, sway to the left. And we're going to hold wherever you think is appropriate. Keep one long line still through the torso. Arms stretching overhead. And now we can let the thumb separate. So the left hand is going to reach for the ground right under the shoulder, and the right arm extends to the sky. So root down through that bottom hand, rise up through the top fingers. Now, as we hang out here, see where most of the weight is lying and see if you can shift it into the left palm and left shin. On your next breath in, reach the right arm overhead, let the fingertips get droopier towards the ground, lift your right rib cage and hip up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, straighten everything out. The leg floats and reach towards your toes. Inhale, the foot drops down, get long through the body. Exhale, float the leg, reach towards your toes. One more. Inhale and exhale. As your right foot comes to the ground, walk your hands back forwards, under your shoulders, and right knee under your hip. We'll head straight away to the other side. Take your left leg back behind you for a deep breath in, pointing the toes. And exhale, swivel it around to the left. Inhale, kick back behind you. Exhale, swing it out to the left. Inhale, reach the leg back behind. Exhale, swing it around and place the foot on the ground, toes facing forwards. Come back to your cat and cow, move with your breath, move intuitively, and let the eyes shut. We'll meet again with neutral spine as you place all the weight into your right palm and stretch the left arm up to the sky for a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, scoop that hand underneath your rib as you look to your right palm. Inhale, swivel back open, look to the sky. Exhale, scoop that arm under, look to the bottom hand. Last round, inhale, stretching up. Exhale, scoop and look down. Inhale, reach the left arm back to the sky. Start getting lighter on the right hand, so tension to those fingers. And expand so much through that top hand, it pulls the torso up and back into this twisted version of our gate pose. So left arm reaching back, right arm stretching forwards as much as they will go. Now let's take the twist out of the spine as the arms keep reaching out from the shoulders, look forwards. Take your left hand to that extended leg and right arm overhead for a big side stretch over to the left gate pose. We can lift back tall, bring the left arm up as well to loop the thumbs together. Take a deep breath in, stretching up. And as you exhale, sway the body over to the right, only as far as you can hold yourself. Inhale, we'll lift back up. Exhale, sway back over to the right. Anchor through that left foot. Inhale to lift up. This time we head over to the right and stay where you think that you would like to hold yourself today. Imagine all those strong muscles wrapping around your torso, keeping you rather strong here. Now you can let those thumbs come apart so the right hand comes to the ground under your shoulder. Let's find a really steady and strong shape here. Root down through the right palm, reach up with the left. We can add in more flow now. Take the left arm overhead for a deep breath in, bowing the left side of the body up towards the sky. And exhale, float the leg, reach towards the toes. Inhale, get as long as you can on the left side. Exhale, straighten everything out. Inhale, reach the left rib cage and hips up. Exhale, reach towards the toes. Good, the foot can lower down, both hands start walking back forwards under your shoulders. Bring your left knee back under your hip. Good, from here, let's just dip the chest and chin to the ground, slither forwards to the belly and point your toes. Inhale, lift the upper chest, small cobra. Exhale, roll down, 2 more like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Press with the palms, tuck the toes under, hips rise up and back. Give yourself a moment to pedal through the legs, plant the palms, and let any tension in the neck or jaw just roll right off. On your next breath in, we'll lift our heels high as you look forwards. And as you exhale, step or spring to your hands. Inhale, we'll halfway lift. Exhale, float back down. And inhale, rise all the way to stand, arms scoop up to the sky. Exhale, mountain pose. All right. So standing close to the top of your mat, place your feet at hip distance and hands onto your waist. We'll send most of the weight into the toes, lift the heels up. We're going to keep the toes where they are as we take a quarter turn to the right. So just swivel on those toes and let the heels find the ground. Now I'm going to turn around in these circles with you. Keep the left hand down by your side, stretch the right arm by the ear. Let's find a big side stretch over to the left. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky, loop the thumbs. Then exhale the body over to the right. Inhale, lift back through center. Send most of the weight into your back foot, which is your left foot. Take a big wide step out to the right with the right one. Right away, we'll turn those right toes to the short edge of the mat, which is at the back of the mat, and keep both legs straight. Take a deep breath in, keep lifting up. And as you exhale, bend the right knee and let the hands come apart to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your right leg, arms come back to the sky. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, warrior two. Let's stay rooted and grounded in this warrior two. Press into the right toes a lot. See if you can lift your right heel up any amount and bring it back down. Inhale, lift the right heel up. Exhale, lower it down. Last round, inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Keep the whole right foot planted as we reverse our warrior. Left hand touches the back leg. Right arm soars to the sky, and give a little extra love, extra stretch to the right side of the body here. We'll begin to lean towards the right side until your forearm finds that right thigh, and stretch the left arm by the ear for extended side angle. Roll your left shoulder open and take a peek up towards the sky. Now take a look down towards the ground on the inside of your right foot. We'll bring both hands down and pivot your right toes to face the long edge of the mat. So both feet are parallel. Let your head get a little heavier and everything get a bit softer again. So this first round, let's just let everything loosen up slightly. Do your best to unfurrow your brow. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Good. All right, from here, walk your fingertips forward slightly so you get longer into the spine. Look back towards the right foot at the back of the mat, and we're going to walk ourselves around into a lunge. Plant both palms firmly and step that right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forwards to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale for upward facing dog or a small cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let everything land for a couple deep breaths. On your next inhale, let the heels rise up, look forwards, and exhale, spring or step to your hands. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, float back down. And inhale, we're coming all the way up to stand. Exhale to mountain pose. Now facing the back of the mat, feet hip distance, and hands on your waist. Lift up again onto the tiptoes, keeping the toes roughly where they are as you take a quarter turn to the right and let the heels land. So yet again, crisscross feet, right one is in front. Let the left fingertips get heavy down beside you as the right arm stretches overhead. And exhale, send the body over to the left. Inhale, rise back up through center. Bring the left hand up as well as the thumbs clasp. Keep stretching up. And very slowly pivot or bring all the weight into your left foot, which is your back foot, and just bring your right toes by your side. We'll add on a little bit here. Turn the right knee away from you. And right now we've got a little sapling tree with the toes on the ground. They could stay there or use the strong muscles in your legs to lift that foot up anywhere on the inseam of your standing leg. We can stay right here or add on by taking the right hand down to the inseam of that right leg. Keep stretching the left arm up. An option to bend the tree over to the right side as the hips push left. Good. Lift yourself back up through center. Thumbs clasp again. Take your right foot, take a big step out to its own side, turning those right toes back to the top of the mat. Take a deep breath in here. Keep reaching up. And then send the body over to the right as you pull the hips left, so back behind you. We're heading towards triangle pose. So let the thumbs come apart. The right one comes down to nuzzle on the inseam of that leg, and the left arm will stretch up to the sky. Bring a little softness into the right knee. Start bending it. We're going to come to extended side angle. You can bring your right forearm to that thigh. Let's stretch the left arm overhead. Good. Now this is a great launching point for half moon. Feel free to stay exactly as you are, but if you'd like to add in this balance, look past your right toes, either for a block or just a spot on the ground. Begin shifting your weight into that right foot as you point the back toes, and then launch all of your weight onto your right leg. Think about expanding through both arms, reaching out with both legs, as well as the top of your head. Now we will head back to warrior two. So bend your standing leg, reach the left foot back behind you, and land. Let's cartwheel the hands down to the ground on the inside of your right foot, and we'll open ourselves up to the long edge of the mat. Pivot the right toes so the feet are parallel. Let's come into some side lunges. Bend into the left knee, straighten that side, and then bend into the right. Just go back and forth a couple of times. Find two straight legs again. Look towards the right one that's at the top of the mat. We'll walk our way around back into a lunge, but let's make it a wide and long lizard lunge. The right foot all the way to the edge of the mat. Wiggle your left toes back behind you. Now let's lower the back knee to the ground. Kickstand yourself onto the left palm. So bring the hand a little wider and higher than the shoulder. And your right hand's going to come to the inside of your right knee as the knee falls away. Now you might have rolled onto the blade edge of the right foot. Spiral your heart open to the right side. Bring the right foot back to the ground, both hands under the shoulder. Wiggle out of the depth of this pose so we can step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale for your back bend of choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, let the heels rise up, look forwards, and exhale, spring or step to your hands. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, float back down. And inhale, we're coming all the way up to stand. Exhale, rest your hands down beside you. Good. Now we've gone around in one circle. Let's go the other direction. Feet at hip distance, hands to your waist. Send the weight into your toes, lift the spine up. This time around, we'll take a quarter turn to the left and let the heels drop down. Let your right hand be heavy by your side as the left arm stretches up. And find a side stretch over to the right. Inhale, lift through center. Have the right arm join the party. Loop the thumbs. And we'll take a side stretch over to the left. Inhale, reach back up through center. And let the left leg take a big step out to the back of the mat. Have the toes turn out as well. Find two straight legs and two arms reaching up for a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the hands release, bend your left knee, warrior two. Inhale, everything rises up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, warrior two. We'll stay here. Press into the left toes and lift the heel up. Lower it back down. Move with breath. Inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Let the right hand find the back leg as the left arm reaches up. This time around, it's the left side of the body that gets that extra stretch. Come forwards for extended side angle. Left forearm can rest on the thigh. Right arm stretches overhead, anchor down through the back foot to reach the right fingertips a little longer. And take a little peek up towards the sky. Take a look down to the ground on the inside of the left foot. Both hands can touch the earth and open yourself up to the long edge of the mat with two parallel feet. We can go a little deeper this time. The crown of the head lowers down. Walk your fingertips back in line with the feet and use the grippy stick of the mat to bring your head down and tailbone up. Begin walking your hands back forwards. Get as long as you can through the back of your body. Look towards your left foot and we'll rotate around into a lunge. When you're ready, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, shoulders over wrist and plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale for your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels high, look forwards. Exhale, spring or step to the top. Inhale, get longer through the spine. Exhale, fold back down. And inhale, we're coming all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands rest down beside you. Feet at hip distance, hands to waist for our last little quarter of this standing series. Bring the weight into the toes, let the heels rise up. Take a quarter turn to the left. Let the heels get heavy. Your right hand is down by your side, so the left arm stretches up. Find a big side stretch over to the right. Inhale, the right arm can join. Loop the thumbs and bring all of your weight into your back foot. Your right foot, step the left toes just lightly beside. We'll turn the knee out away from you and stay as this little sapling with the roots still down, or slide the foot up anywhere onto your standing leg. Feel free to stay lifted here or join me for some more. Bring the left hand down to the inside of your leg. Keep reaching the right arm up and a big side stretch over to the left. Begin to sway the branches back to the sky, loop the thumbs. Take a big step out with the left leg towards the top of the mat. Let the toes turn back out. Take a deep breath in, reaching the fingertips up. And as you breathe out, reach them over to the left as you pull your hips back behind you. So starting in this floating triangle pose, let's let the thumbs come apart and find our triangle pose. Expand through both arms. Turning this into extended side angle, bend your front knee. Give yourself some support with the forearm and stretch the right arm way far away from you overhead. Just begin thinking about heading forwards for half moon. So if you're joining me, look ahead of the left foot, either for a spot on the ground or for a block. Start sending your weight into that left foot. Launch onto it. And then really reach back with the right foot back behind you and expand through all limbs. Half moon. Take a slow and controlled step back for warrior two. Good. Take a deep breath in, reverse this shape. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the inside of your front foot, opening up to the long edge of the mat. We'll come in for these side lunges, bend into the right knee, then bend into the left. Go back and forth a couple times. Feel free to lift the arms if you don't need them. And maybe you even turn it into Skandasana by spinning the toes up of the extended leg so you're more onto the heel. The whole time, just imagine those inseams of your pants trying to pull together, keeping the legs strong. Good. Find two straight legs again, hands to the ground. Pivot all the way around to face the top of the mat in this wide and long lunge again. So have your left foot all the way to the edge of the mat, palms on the inside, and we'll bring the back knee to the ground. Lean onto the right hand. So the left hand finds the inside of the knee and let it fall out away from you as you spin the chest open to the left side. Good. Both hands come back under the shoulders. Wiggle out of this shape so we can step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale for your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. On this inhale, lift your heels high, look forwards, and we'll step or hop through to a seat. Wonderful. Let us extend the right leg ahead, bend the left knee, and let that knee fall away from you. Bring your fingertips back behind to try to lift the spine up as much as you can go. And consider as well just bringing a little blanket or something under the seat to lengthen out the low back, if that's something that you know you like to do. When you feel ready, we can start leaning forwards over this extended leg. Let's keep that ankle active, so the toes are pointing up to the sky and the kneecap lifted. We can start lifting back tall, and we'll lean into our hands behind us for a moment as we find a figure four shape into that leg. So take your left ankle and cross it on top of your thigh, just above the knee. Now find a really strong dorsiflex into that ankle again. And this might be a big stretch already for you. Otherwise, consider bending the right knee so the foot finds the ground. Now keep pressing the hands into the mat to lift the spine tall. And the further away your hands and foot are away from the seat, the sort of a softer and more gentle of the stretch can be. So if you want to make it a little harder, walk your hands towards you or your foot closer to you. And you can kind of sandwich yourself in this hip stretch, this hip opener. Now let's come out of the depth again so that right leg can straighten. Keep the figure four shape in the left side. I'll bring your hand, or your hands, I suppose, one onto the knee and one onto the sole of the foot. And we can lift that up and rock it a little bit like a baby. But if you'd like to go a little deeper, you could explore walking that hand up towards the elbow and as well as the knee and your elbow. So it can be anywhere in between the palm and the elbow. We're just going to rock that leg back and forth, keeping that strong flex in the ankle. Try to keep as much length in the low back as you can as you just explore different shapes here. So I like to wiggle around a little bit, trying to stretch out my hips just in different ways. And when you feel ready, we can let go of this foot and just bring it to the opposite side of your extended leg. Lean back into the left palm. Take a deep breath in, stretching the other arm to the sky. And exhale, tuck that elbow behind your knee. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, rotate from the chest back behind you. Take a look off to the right just for one moment. And we can lean into both hands behind us as we switch sides. Left leg goes straight, right knee bends, let it fall away from you. All right. So keep the whole left leg active, lift the spine up as much as it'll go. And we can soften forwards over that left extended leg. Really tune into the breath, let it start to slow down. We can begin to lift back up. Lean into your hands behind you and find a figure four shape on top of the left thigh. So really strong flex in the right ankle now. Decide if you want to bend the left knee and how much you'd like to walk the hands or foot closer to your seat. Become a tight little sandwich here. And notice you might have very different experiences between your right and left side. It's always fun to explore that and understand that a little bit better. Begin wiggling back away. Straighten out that left leg and bring your hands to either side of your right shin. Lift it up. See if you want to rock the baby right here, your little leg baby, or bring that foot all the way into the elbow crease as the hands hold on to each other. And just explore different movements here as you rock the leg side to side. And we can let go of our right leg, place it to the opposite side of your extended leg. Right hand as your kickstand behind you. Take a deep breath in to reach the left arm up. And exhale, tuck it behind the knee. Stay active. Every inhale, grow taller. Every exhale, rotate. Spin around. Look the other direction for one deep breath. And we can lean into the hands to uncross those legs and wiggle the toes all the way to the top. Let's anchor through our feet, so preparing to roll down to the back of our body. When we get there, let's get as long as we can. So reach the arms overhead, loop the thumbs, point the toes far away from you. Send your fingertips to the top right corner of the mat, as well as your toes to the bottom right corner of the mat, looping your left ankle on top. Keep stretching through the fingertips and toes, as well as through the whole left side of the body in this crescent shape. Let's switch sides. Hands go over to the top left, toes go to the bottom left, and the right ankle can cross over. Stretch all the limbs away as you take a couple deep breaths into the right side of your body. Let everything travel back through center, uncross the ankles. Hands can come down beside you. Allow your natural rhythm of breathing to take over again. Wiggle the back of your head back a little bit more, drawing your chin to chest as the shoulders tuck under. And notice all the areas of your body that are touching the ground right now. Let them feel supported there. Please stay in stillness for as long as you're able to. Today, this is where I leave you. Look forward to practicing again soon together.